Two nations separated by ideology, power, and decades of hostility. How did the U.S. and Iran become locked in one of the world's most volatile standoffs? From covert coups to assassinations, proxy wars to nuclear brinkmanship, this is the untold story of a feud that has pushed the world to the edge of catastrophe and why it's far from over. The relationship between the United States and Iran is among the most contentious in modern history. The U.S., a global superpower with over 320 million citizens, contrasts sharply with Iran, a regional heavyweight of 80 million people. Together, they account for 5% of humanity, yet for over 4 decades, they've had no formal diplomatic ties and have repeatedly teetered on the verge of all-out war. At the dawn of 2020, conflict seemed unavoidable. A U.S. drone strike killed a top Iranian general, prompting Iran to bombard American bases in Iraq. Had full-scale war erupted, it could have dwarfed any conflict since World War II. Miraculously, disaster was averted, but the roots of this animosity stretch back much further, to an era before World War II. In the early 1900s, British explorers struck oil in Iran's deserts, uncovering what would become the planet's 4th largest oil reserves. Eager to exploit this wealth, Britain struck a deal with Iran, forming the Anglo-Iranian Oil Company. But the terms were lopsided. Iran, despite hosting the oil, received just 16% of profits. Britain took the rest. By Wabu, the company dominated Iran's oil industry, becoming the British Empire's crown jewel. But unrest brewed. Iranians resented the exploitative deal while global tensions escalated. Nazi Germany's invasion of the USSR put Iran in the crosshairs. Its ruler, the Shah, was suspected of Nazi sympathies. Fearing a German-aligned Iran could threaten Soviet oil fields and Britain's assets, the Allies invaded in 1941. Iran fell within a week. The deposed Shah was replaced by his 21-year-old son, Mohammad Reza Pahlavi, a pliable figure the Allies trusted. Iran remained occupied throughout the war, serving as a supply route to the USSR. Post-war, Britain clung to its oil dominance until 1951, when Iran's democratically elected Prime Minister, Mohammad Mossadegh, nationalized the industry. Britain retaliated with an oil embargo and, in 1953, orchestrated a coup with the CIA. Mossadegh was overthrown. The Shah returned as an autocratic U.S. ally. This cemented Iran's role as a Cold War partner, but at home, the Shah's brutal secret police, pro-Western policies, and suppression of dissent fueled rage. By 1979, revolution erupted. The Shah fled and Ayatollah Khomeini established an Islamic republic hostile to America. When the U.S. granted the Shah asylum, Iranian radicals seized the U.S. embassy, taking 52 hostages. A botched rescue mission left 8 Americans dead, and diplomatic ties were severed, frozen ever since. Then came the Iran-Iraq War, 1980 to 1988. Saddam Hussein, sensing Iran's post-revolution chaos, invaded. The U.S. backed Iraq, supplying weapons used to kill hundreds of thousands of Iranians. Meanwhile, Iranian-backed groups like Hezbollah attacked U.S. targets, leading to deadly bombings in Lebanon. Tensions escalated further in 1988 when a U.S. warship mistakenly shot down Iran Air Flight 655, killing 290 civilians. Sanctions, terror listings, and covert operations deepened hostilities. The 2015 nuclear deal briefly offered hope until the U.S. withdrew in 2018 under Trump. By 2020, the assassination of General Qasem Soleimani brought the two nations to the brink. Iran's retaliatory strikes narrowly avoided casualties, but in the chaos, Its military accidentally downed a passenger jet, killing 176. The world exhaled as war was averted, but the underlying hatred remained. This fragile peace hangs by a thread. History shows that one miscalculation, one spark, could ignite a conflict with global consequences. The question isn't if tensions will rise again, but when. And next time, luck may not be on our side.